Okay. Okay. Good morning, guys. How are you doing today? Good morning online. Hope you had a nice vacation. Did you went home? No, huh? Okay. All right. So hope everyone are doing good. My vacation was okay. I was here only at home. Complete rest. Rest for my vocal cord. Okay, Nana. So let's jump on. What did we discuss in our last class? What are those services? Since okay, starting EFS. Okay. Close. Let's have a quick shootout round and let's see how much you remember. Okay. So, is it possible to attach one single volume to multiple EC2 instances at the same time? Answer is no. Volume we cannot attach, but if at all you want to have a shared storage, so which is the service do you recommend? EFS. What is that? EFS. What is the full form of EFS? Elastic File System. Okay. EFS is completely managed by AWS. EFS is limited storage or unlimited storage? Unlimited storage. And EFS is for which type of operating systems? Linux based. For Windows? For Windows, FSX. And in EFS, EFS works on which protocol? NFS version 4. EFS is what based file system? File based file system. Or file based storage also we can say. S3. S3 is what based storage? Object based storage. EBS is a block based storage. EFS is a file based storage. And do we need to do any pre-provision for EFS? Not required, because how much ever data you put inside automatically get increased. And EFS can be replicated to multiple regions. Another region? Possible. And I have a huge data, right? I have a huge data and I want to transfer the huge data to AWS, but I have very bad internet connection. Which one? Snow family. So how many devices are there in Snow family? 3. What are those mainly? Snow cone, Snow edge, Snow mobile. So Snow cone, how much terabytes? 8. Snow edge, 100. Snow mobile, petabytes. And all the data is transferred to which service in AWS? S3. Which one? S3. And all frequently accessed data, I'll put it in S3. But I have a lot of data which I don't want to use it frequently. So which service do you recommend to put it? Glacier. So Glacier meaning what is the first word that you get in your mind? Archive. What is it? Archive. Is it cheaper than S3? Obviously, yes. And on premises, I have so many people, storages, data, everything, and desktop servers, everything are there. But in on premises, I have a storage issue. So every time I need to keep on increasing, and every time people say storage space issue, space issue, space issue. So can we utilize AWS services in on premises, AWS storage services in on premises? Yes. So which service will help you for that? Which one? Storage gateway. Which one? storage gateway. So can we say storage gateway is a hybrid storage? So what are the AWS storage services that can be used in on premises? S3, EBS, Glacier, FSX. And then if you want to create a databases, which service do you recommend to create databases? RDS. What is the full form of RDS? Relational Database Services. RDS supports only RDBMS databases, correct? Yes. And RDS, if someone asks what is RDS, can we say RDS is a service from AWS where you can create, configure, secure, maintain the databases? Yes. RDS is a database or a database service? Database service. How many engines that RDS supports? 6 engines. What are those? MySQL, Oracle, MS SQL, Postgres, MariaDB, and then Aurora. Very good. And which one is AWS proprietary engine? Aurora. None of these RDS in EC2 instance we call it EC2 instance. Here we call it DB instance. What is that? DB instance. This DB instance is completely managed by the platform is managed by AWS. Is it possible to do RDP and SH to the DB instance? No, not possible. You can only connect. Can we log in? No, we can only connect. So which is a service used for database migration? DMS. What is the full form of DMS? Database Migration Service. So which is a NoSQL database services in AWS? Which one? Louder. DynamoDB. It's a relational databases or non-relational databases? Non-relational. So Nana, I want to set up data warehouses in AWS. So which service? Which one? Redshift. And I have an application. Every time for frequently accessed, every time for same data, it is again same data for again it's contacting the database in RDS in the backend. Okay. But I don't want the application to connect to the database for the same data again and again. So which is the service you can implement in between? Elastic Cache. What is it, Nana? Elastic Cache. What is Elastic Cache? What is that single? What is a Elastic Cache is equal to? See the book. In-memory database caching service. Eh? What? One more time. Database caching service. In-memory database caching service. Okay. So whenever you get Elastic Cache in mind, first that you need to get it memory. In memory. Elastic Cache in memory. Okay, na? So it is all about caching in memory. So in memory caching database services. So and how many engines that it support? 2. What are those? Redis and Mama. Redis and memcached. Which one? Louder. Redis and memcached. Okay. All right. Super. So vacation didn't affect it. Good. Nice. Let's move on. Okay, ma. So can you please confirm? Can you see my screen and can you hear me well? Oh, okay. Okay. So when I draw the diagram like this, what does this represent? Load balancer. And this one, EC2 instances. So this is, can I call it as ELB? Yes, this is ELB. These are EC2, EC2, EC2. And then load balancer is sending the traffic to multiple EC2 instances. Okay. So whenever you tell me load balancer is completely managed by whom? AWS. Load balancer is completely managed by AWS. So how do you access the load balancer? How do you access the load balancer? Will you access the load balancer? Will you log into the load balancer? Will you access the load balancer? How do you access the load balancer? Using DNS name. Using what? DNS name. Remember? Using DNS name. So who will give this DNS name? AWS will give the DNS name, correct? So when you go and click on create load balancer will be created. How do you access that load balancer? AWS will give you the DNS name. So the DNS name doesn't look nice, right? I'll write the DNS. How does it look like? You tell me it look nice or not. http:// if you give the load balancer name as mylb dot blah 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 some numbers dot ap minus south minus 1 dot elb dot amazonaws.com. So the load balancer URL look like this. Is it a good looking URL or nasty URL? Huh? Nasty URL only, no? Looks nice, huh? No, you tell me now. Is it recommended to give this URL to customer? If you give this URL to customer, what kind of this URL that you're giving to me? Everyone is interested, like facebook.com, twitter.com, like everything, something like .com, right? So is any customer are you also interested to access the URL like this? No. So what you need to do for this nasty URL, you need to do the makeup. Yes or no? Once you got makeup, you look very beautiful, no? Right? Yes or no? Similarly, this looks like very nasty URL, right? But if you do the makeup, it looks very nice. So which is the service? Like, how do you do the makeup? Let's say this URL, can I set an alias as boom.com? If someone type boom.com, is nothing but this URL. So can I call it as alias? Right? So which is the service where you can create this kind of records? Record meaning boom.com should route to this URL. If someone hit boom.com, it should route to this nasty URL. That alias, that records we need to create. No. So which is the service in AWS which will help us to create those records is nothing but Route 53. Which one? So many people say, including me, Route 53. But someone will say Route 53. It both are same. But ROOT, what is that ROOT? Route. ROUTE? Route. So don't say route. Route represents something else, right? So call it as Route 53. Okay. Okay. So can we say, Nana? This Route 53, it's a DNS service in AWS. What is the service? What does the DNS do? It converts. So DNS keep the track of all the host names and IP address. No. Similarly, this Route 53 also keep the track of all your nice URL to nasty URLs. Record. What does the DNS contains? Records. What does the Route 53 contain? Records. What does the Route 53 contain? Records. So what is Route 53? Can we say Route 53 is a DNS service from AWS? Okay. Now, why we call it as 53? Jeff's date of birth or age? No. Then? Huh? So there should be some reason, no, why they put 53, right? So that 53, I'll tell you that is a port number. What is that? Whose port number? DNS port number. Which one? DNS port number. So the Route 53 is a DNS service from AWS and DNS port number is 53. So what is it from boom.com? It is routing to the nasty URL. No. So that is called route. What is that called? Route. And what is the DNS port number? 53. That's why we call it as route 53. So what does this route 53 contains? Records. Okay now. So I'm writing it here. In shortcut, I'm writing R53. R53 is you don't call R53, okay? No one understand R53 in the industry, okay? Call it as Route 53. So Route 53, it's a DNS service from AWS and DNS port number is 53. What does the Route 53 contains, Nana? What does the Route 53 contains? Route 53 contains records. Route 53 contain records. Okay, I'm asking one small certification question. See, whenever you type boom.com or anyone, whenever you type, okay, in this case only, whenever you type boom.com, tell me which service it will hit first in AWS. Route 53, fantastic. Which one? Route 53. So many people say directly go to the load balancer. Does it directly go to the load balancer, Nana? No, because load balancer has the nasty URL. But customer is typing what? Nice URL. So customer is typing boom.com. So boom.com. So it will go to the Route 53. From Route, what is there in Route 53? Records. From record, it will go to the load balancer. Yes or no? So in Route 53, I create the record like say boom.com is nothing but nasty URL. Okay. You got that point? This one, I just gave you the flow. So whenever you hit boom.com, first it will go to Route 53. In Route 53, it will check Babu boom.com meaning to where I need to route. So in Route 53, what you have created a record, no? You have created a record. Oh, what is that record? Boom.com is equal to nasty URL. So whenever someone hit boom.com from the browser, it will come to Route 53. Route 53 will check where is the record boom.com? Boom.com. So it is routing it to nasty URL. So that's why our Route 53 will send it to the load balancer. Is it clear? That is Route 53. Route 53 is all about routing purpose. Okay. Nana, is this clear? Online? Very nice. Okay. Next is, we know this very well. VPC. What is VPC? Virtual Private Cloud. So Nana, VPC, whatever you create your infrastructure, it should be inside the VPC or outside the VPC? Inside the VPC. So can we say VPC is like a virtual data center in the cloud? Yes or no? In on-premises, we have data center, no? In on-premises, we have the data. Whatever the infrastructure that you have created, everything should be inside the data center or not? But do we have physical data center in AWS? No. So we need to have a virtual data center. What is that virtual data center called? VPC. What is that virtual data center called? VPC. In our on-premises also, this room, Nana, this room is private for you. This room is private for you. So whatever your important things, you put it inside this room. Will you put outside this room? If you put outside this room, what will happen? Someone will come and steal it. Correct? So this room is nothing but a data center here for us. Whatever the servers, databases, everything we should be creating inside the data center. But we are not using the on-premises now. We are using AWS. So we need to have our own boundary, you know. We need to have our own boundary. So that boundary is nothing but a VPC. It's a virtual data center in AWS. Everyone will get the VPC. Every account, how many VPCs you can create per region? 5. So every account, every region will have the VPCs, right? All the infrastructure that you create should be inside that VPC only. So can we say VPC is like a virtual data center in the cloud? Yes, the virtual private cloud. So I call it as it is like a virtual data center on cloud. Yes, possible, Pawan Kumar. Do you remember that hypnotism diagram? The outer layer. What is that outer layer? Inner layer. After the region. After the VPC. You tell me. Outer layer is AWS. Inside region. Inside the region. VPC. Inside the VPC. Availability zone. Inside this. EC2 instance. Clear now? So if you take one region, how many VPCs you can create per region? 5 VPCs. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you take Mumbai region, they don't access Pawan. It is, okay, you tell me, Pawan or everyone, you are handling on-premises data center. In one, how many on-premises data centers you have at the moment? One. This room. Let's say this room. You might be having multiple customers or not. All customer servers, will you put in the same room or you'll put it in different rooms? Same room only, no? Because if you go for different rooms, how much money you need to pay for, how much rent you need to pay. So for that reason, you will say that this from here to here, customer 1. Here to here, customer 2. Here to here, customer 3. So in one room, can you have multiple customers? Yes. But the customer need to know, Babu, you customer 1, customer 2, you both are in the same room. Can we need to say to the customer? Not required. Customer required what? Service. Babu, you give the service. That's it. I don't care whatever is there in the backend. Are we caring what is AWS is providing for us? We don't care. Similarly, for customer, he doesn't need to know. They can access the other servers and other customers doesn't need to know. So, and also you can create your own VPCs. Can I partition like this box? Can I partition like this? And 2 VPCs can talk to each other? No. If required, yes. So it is depend upon us. How do we architect it? We learn all these things. Okay. Is that clear, Pawan, for you? Very good. VPC is regional or global? VPC is regional. Do you all agree? I also said AWS provides a default VPC. AWS provides a default VPC. Can we create our own VPC also? Yes, possible. But until we go there, let's use the default VPC. Okay, good. VPC is a very big concept. So I just touched the VPC saying that there is a service called VPC. Okay, now assume this is your company. You will be working inside the company or not? Yes, this is your company. Can I say on premises? This is on premises. What company? I'm just saying, I don't have boom company. Okay. So boom company. Okay. So now you're all working in our boom company. You're all working in my company, boom company. So you're all sitting inside this boom company or not? We'll all be sitting inside the company. So from sitting from this company, you'll be connecting to AWS. Yes or no? Sitting from here, you will be connecting to AWS. How you are connecting to AWS from your company? From here to here, how you are connecting, Nana? Using internet. What is that? Using internet. Okay. This is internet. You tell me, you have internet in your home? Wi-Fi? Who is the service provider? Act, Geo, Airtel, yeah, so many. You tell me that internet what he is providing is dedicated internet for you or it's a shared internet? 100% it is a shared internet. That just give dedicated to you? No, right? They don't give dedicated. So we have the shared internet. But from your company, you are connecting to the AWS. Of course, your company will also Airtel, Act, Geo will be their service provider. From there, you are connecting to the AWS. That is also shared internet or not? It is a shared internet. Nana, you tell me, is it good to connect from your company to AWS using shared internet? Not good. Internet meaning public or private? Public. Is it good to connect from your company to AWS publicly? No, you need to is it is a public network or private network? It's a public network. But what you need? What you need? Physical or virtual? Combine. Virtual private network. That is called VPN. What is that called? VPN. So from your company to AWS, generally you will be using your shared internet connection. But it is not good because your company will have some confidential data. No, is it good to go through the internet? No. So internet is a public network. But what we need is the private network. So in the shared internet, what we do is in the shared internet, assume that you have a big pipe, right? You have a big pipe or a big room. Inside that, you need to have a virtual private network. Imagine you have a big pipe. Inside that, you have your own pipe going from one source to destination. So that big pipe is a shared internet. And every individual person, they have their own VPNs. Assume you have big pipe. Inside that, you have multiple pipes, private connection. Can two connections can talk to each other? Not possible. So you have the shared internet, but you should not use the shared internet. What is the concept that you should use? VPN is a virtual private network. See here, virtual private network. Nana, this virtual private network is also using shared internet or not? Yes, it is using shared internet. It's using shared internet only. But in that shared internet, you are private. But there are few companies, assume banking companies or NASA or ISRO or big government companies or big government projects. You tell me, if you are working in a US military or Indian military projects, that meaning this company is nothing but our military company, for example. From this military company, whatever the data you have, you need to put it to AWS. Will you go with the shared internet? 100% no, because our data is very confidential. Will you go with the VPN? VPN is also using in the backend shared internet. But what this kind of company need to have? They don't want to have a shared internet. They don't want to have the virtual private network in the shared internet. They need to have a dedicated connection from company to AWS. No mediators. No mediators. From company to AWS, a dedicated pipe. So there is a service in AWS which they will give like this, which is called Direct Connect. What is that service name? Direct Connect. As the name clearly says, it's a direct connect. It's like lease line connection from your company to AWS. If you say that, hey, Airtel, I don't want shared internet, then he'll say, no problem, bhai. I'll put a separate pipe from your home to our data center, Airtel data center. That's a dedicated connection or not? Let's say you are getting Manjira water. That is shared or dedicated? Shared. Somewhere it is coming from there. They put the pipes and they're coming to your home. But if you say that, no, I want dedicated water from directly from river to here. Government will put, they will put it, but it's not double, triple, 10-bull, 20-bull charge. They will take it. Yes or no? It's a very, 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 very expensive. Possible, right? But very expensive. So direct connect is like a lease line connection. It's a lease line connection from AWS, which is dedicated to you. Should I tell you how much AWS will charge for this? Huh? If you push to select, and AWS will charge $16,000 per month. 16,000. How much is $1,000? 80,000. 80,000. Take 80,000. Huh? 80,000 into right, 80 rupees. Sorry. Right. So $1 is 80 rupees. 1,000, 80,000. Right. 80,000. You just imagine into 16 how much it is. Right. So that much expensive. And but remember, sir, you told dedicated connection, but you haven't shown the practicals, sir. Is it possible to show practicals on this? Not possible, right? But you need to know, but any customer come to you as a solution architect, what you need to do, you need to give the solution. If customer says, Babu, I don't want a shared internet concept. I want direct connection from your company database. No one other guys should come in. Then as an architect, what you need to say? You need to say, Riya sir told there is something called direct connect. Don't take my name. Okay. So direct connect. So direct connect, using direct connect, you don't have any shared internet. It is from source to destination only, non-stop. Clear? Guys, is this clear till here, everyone? Any questions? Super. Okay. Now, there is a question from Deepak. If you're asking me, Deepak, because there is no salutation there. Okay. So Deepak is asking, anyways, AWS is secure. Why should be a direct connect? You tell me. Your place is A and you need to go to B. You're going by bus. Bus is secure. But from you're going from A to B, the road is secure. Road is secure? No. So here also, from your company is secure. AWS is also secure. But you're traveling in between, no. That traveling, I'm saying, direct connect. So this is secured by itself. This is secured by itself. But when the data is traveling in the internet, you need to be secure. That is the concept of this. Deepak, understood? So that's why we call it as VPN. And if you don't use VPN, then go with the direct connect. If I ask you a question, anything related like this, hey, how do you connect from your company to AWS? Then you should say what? Using VPN. Using what? VPN. Maybe you can write in your note from company to from company to AWS, we use VPN to connect. From company to AWS, we use VPN to connect. VPN, put VPN in capital letters, okay? VPN in to connect, okay? Okay, Nana. So now please concentrate, online people especially. This topic is very, very important and it's not difficult. I'll make it very easy, but I want your concentration. After listening everything and say, please repeat, then it's not possible because it's a big topic now. Ready? Online, are you ready? Huh? Louder. Possible. Yes. We can have our own VPN software also, or AWS also provide VPN services. But VPN is a combination between your company and AWS. Not only AWS is responsible for this. If we both are there, I'm giving shake hand. She also need to put the hand, no. Then only shake hand will come. If I only AWS is saying, hey, she is on premises and my AWS. If I say like this, connection will establish. No, she'll also need to put the hand, then only connection will establish. So VPN is the combination of your source, our company and AWS. From here, VPN services are there from AWS. From there also company, VPN services will be there. They both need to get in touch with either. 100% yes. Reza, Muhammad Reza. But that one we discuss when we go deeper into Route 53. Okay, guys, please carefully listen this. No. Hey, what SR is playing? Huh? Is it clear, Reza bhai? If it is clear, please put yes, sir, CC, sir, something. So assume this is Mumbai. Okay. So guys, this is Mumbai, and what I do is in Mumbai region, I put my application. Okay, now what I do, I'll go ahead and then launch one EC2 instance. I'll go and launch one EC2 instance. I put my application. Okay, now yes or no? What I did, I went to Mumbai region. And then I set up one application on EC2. Now tell me, those who are accessing from Mumbai or from India, they'll have a low latency or high latency? Obviously, no. They'll have the low latency. Good. They'll have the low latency. But these, what are these? These are regions. This is Ireland. This one. Should I put Canada? This one. US. What is there on the right bottom? Sydney. Or Xinjiang. Huh? Tokyo. So now tell me, all your customers are trying to access all the way from here. Low latency or high latency? Obviously, they'll have a high latency. Okay, very good. The answer is correct. But how do you resolve this? Tell me. What do you think? How do you resolve this? Based on what you have learned till now, based on your knowledge, tell me, how do you resolve this? Okay, see here, my application that is on the database side, Priyanka. I'm saying from that is not that is okay, Ravi. But the thing is here, guys, see here, I have application only in Mumbai region, Nana. I have application only in Mumbai region. But from Tokyo, Ireland, Canada, all these from regions, they are connecting all the way from their places to Mumbai. Very long or not? It's very long. For that reason, they'll have a high latency or low latency? High latency. So how do you resolve this? Everyone started complaining, Babu, your application is very slow for me. So what do you do in that case? Right. That is one thing. So online people also saying the same thing. Replicate the application. So keep the application also in Ireland. Keep the application also in Tokyo. Keep the same application. Keep the application in every region, sir. So now here we have our user. Who is your user? Xinjiang. So this Xinjiang is trying to connect to our application. What is our application name? Boom.com. What is our application? Boom.com. So if he want to connect, he need to connect from Tokyo only, correct? But what is the problem now? He's connecting all the way to here and it is getting here. Is it good? No, but what you're saying is, sir, put one application, put the EC2 instance here, put the application here, and connect from here to here. Yes or no? But I don't have that much money. I don't have that much budget to put EC2 instances in each and every region because I need to pay. I don't have that much budget. So you understand the problem. The problem statement you need to understand first. Is it clear on the problem statement? Everyone online? So my problem is I want to have my application only in one region, but I want to give low latency across the globe. That is the statement. So how is it possible? How it is possible? Yes. So if you say there is no budget, I cannot put my application in each and every region, AWS will say that don't worry, I'll give you one service where it will help you to increase your performance to get the low latency. And what is the service? And that service name is CloudFront. What is it, Nana? As the name clearly says, CloudFront. Cloud is in your front. So now we have our Xinjiang here, user. Xinjiang is in Japan, for example, Tokyo. And he need to have his application in front. Does he need to go to Mumbai? Does the request need to go to Mumbai? No. The user need to get connected only from Tokyo only. But I don't want to put application in Tokyo. Getting the point. I don't want to put my application in Tokyo, but the Xinjiang need to get connection from Tokyo only, return back. This guy should not come here. This guy should come only to Tokyo and return back with the data. But I don't have application here. You're getting a statement. So now we have a concept cloud. CloudFront. CloudFront is a service, Nana. It's just a service name. Just a service name, nothing. This CloudFront has a concept called edge locations. What is that? Louder? Louder? Register in your brain. Edge location. So let's say this guy is in Tokyo. Every region has edge location near to him. What is edge meaning? Edge. Corner. That meaning near, very near to the person. So that is edge location. So AWS handles these edge locations. Do customer need to handle the edge locations? Edge locations are completely managed by whom? AWS, no. So every region has the edge locations. Every region has the edge locations. Japan has edge locations. India has edge locations. US has edge locations. Canada has edge locations. Everywhere globally, AWS has its edge locations. Not only one. In India, you know how many edge locations are there? There is edge locations in Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Delhi, all big cities, right? You know, we have the edge locations. And now, what does this edge locations do? Edge locations will cache. What does it do? Cache. I call it as cache. You can call it as cache, whichever it is, right? So edge locations will do cache. What it does? Cache. Oh, caching what? Your application. Caching what? Your application. So now we have this guy. So this chair is edge location. I am here in Mumbai. I'm in Mumbai. That is a person. In between, I have the chair. What is this chair here? Edge location. What I do is that guy is all the way connecting to me to Mumbai. We have a high latency. But what I do is using the concept of CloudFront service, I'll use the edge locations. What I do in CloudFront, guys, in S3, what do we create? S3. S3. What do you create? Buckets. What do you create? Buckets. I know you know it, but you know, you are deeper into this topic. No, that's why it's very hard to pull up from your brain, right? So in S3, we create buckets. In EC2, we create EC2 instances. In RDS, we create DB instances. In EFS, we create the file system. Like this, in CloudFront, we create distribution. What do we create? What do we create in CloudFront? We create distribution. We create distribution. Using that distribution, we'll put our application in the edge locations. Do you put? No need. There is no manual effort. Your application is in EC2. EC2 meaning load balancer only, no? Will you put directly EC2? If you directly put application EC2, if you have only one EC2, do you have any high availability? No, that's why you need to have a load balancer. So your origin can be your load balancer. No, can I say this is the origin? Origin. Your origin location is Mumbai. So your origin can be your load balancer. Can be your EC2 instance also? Yes or no? Yes. So now what will happen is these edge locations are spread. Edge locations are there everywhere in every region. These are all edge locations. What are all these? What does the edge locations do? Cache. What does the edge location do? Cache. Edge location. Guys, please listen the topic and then ask me the questions. Okay. Don't concentrate on the questions first, because the topic will clear all your questions. Just hold on. Okay. So, guys, these edge locations are completely managed by whom, Nana? AWS. Do you need to worry how many edge locations are there? No, doesn't need. There is no need of selection also. While creating, what do we create in CloudFront? Distribution. What do you create in CloudFront? What do you create in CloudFront? Just you need to create a distribution. While creating distribution, you need to select. Let's say, for example, here, create distribution. So in CloudFront, what do you create, Nana? Create distribution. While creating distribution, it will ask, Babu, where is your origin? Where is your origin? Where is our origin? Mumbai. Which one? ELB. Mumbai, ELB. That is my origin. Right? I'll put down. So that is my origin. Okay. And then CloudFront will ask, Babu, which edge locations that you want to put? Only in Asia, only in Europe, only in US, or everywhere? It's up to you, no? If your customers are globally, you select everywhere. If your customers are only in Europe, do you put Asia? Not required. Your customers are done. What is the use of putting cache in? What is the use of putting your data in edge locations in Asia? Not required. So select geographical region. I mean, select based on continents. Yes or no? Yes or no? So you just select all these things and then hit boom, submit. You hit boom. So you're getting it. I'm going very slow. So see here. What do you do in CloudFront? You create what, Nana? Distribution. So while creating distribution, ask all the options. No, it'll ask, where is your origin? Mumbai, ELB is our origin. Where do you? So it'll ask so many things. It's not possible for me to explain all the things now. We have separate class on it. So it'll ask so many options, right? And finally, it'll ask, do you want to cache this application in all the edge locations or only on particular continent? Select all. If you select all and then click on enter or submit, what will happen? Your application will be cached. Our CloudFront service will take your application from origin and it will cache in all edge locations across the world. Getting it now? Huh? So what does the edge location do, Nana? It will cache it. What does it do? Cache. It will cache it. Cache. Okay, now see here. From Mumbai, where is our location? Where is our origin? Mumbai. From Mumbai, the application has to be cached in all the edge locations. No. How does it cache? Through the network only, no? Application, the data to go to the network only. Does it go through the internet? Public internet? No. AWS has its own network. AWS has its own network. So let's say I have this guy in Tokyo. I'm in Mumbai. This is my edge location. Edge location is also very far from me. There should be some network node to transfer my the data from application to here. Then what I do is I have this girl. So what I do is I'll give application to you, and she's very fast. And what this is separate network, AWS network. Is it good to go with the public network? No. AWS has a separate network that is called content delivery network. Content, whatever I have, my application that is called content, I'm delivering through network to whom? Edge location. So what is that called? CDN. What is that called? CDN, content delivery network. So do we need to worry about the CDN? No. Who will take care of all these things? AWS. What you need to do is go to CloudFront. So go to CloudFront. Babu, create distribution. It will ask, Babu, where is your origin? You select our ALB is our origin. Where do you want to cache? Enter world, only continent. Select it and hit enter. That's it, and see, just like that. Fold your hands and just see, watch what CloudFront is doing. What does the CloudFront doing in the backend? I'm saying. So it will take all your data from Mumbai. Does it use public internet? No, it uses AWS internet. What is that AWS network called? CDN. Content, all your content is delivering through that network to the CDN. That is called CDN, content delivery network. So from here to here, all the data is transferred. Content delivery network. Does it look scary? No. So content delivery network, CDN. Nana, do we need to worry about the CDN? No need. That's a network. Whose network? AWS network. Content delivery network. All your content is delivered through this network. Getting it? Right? So now you tell me, now the content, your application, let's say, for example, I have puppy.jpg. I have this. Now in my application, I have puppy. This puppy is cached in all edge locations or not? Yes or not? Yes or no? It's saved in all edge locations. Now my user here in Japan, Ching Chong, what he want to do is he want to access my application. Does he need to go to my Mumbai? Does he connect to edge location? Edge location. So in CloudFront, what do you create? Distribution. When you select all these things and hit enter, CloudFront will also give the nasty URL. CloudFront will also give the nasty URL. So the customer should use that nasty URL. If I use edge location is already connected to my application, no? Yes or no? So now I have the user here. I have the user. User will access, if user want to access my application, you need to access what? CloudFront nasty URL or not? You need to use the CloudFront nasty URL. Getting it? And then from nasty URL, the request will go to where? Okay, let's say you tell me CloudFront nasty URL is a nasty URL. You need to do the makeup. No, will you give the nasty URL to customer? Where do you do the makeup? Route 53. What do you do? Where do you make up? Route 53. So is it good to give nasty CloudFront nasty URL to AWS to customer? No. Go to Route 53 and you need to do the makeup. How do you do the makeup? Boom.com. So boom.com is routing to whom? CloudFront nasty URL, no? And from CloudFront nasty URL, it know how to go to ELB, no? This is how you need to create it. So once my Ching Chong here try to access my boom.com, so he will be get connected to the edge location, and edge location will give the reply. And who is responsible from here to here? AWS. We don't need to worry. You're getting it? Is this clear till here, everyone? Now, guys, online, is this clear till here, everyone? Super. Okay, now edge locations are completely managed by AWS. Nana, if someone asks what is edge location, can we say edge location is for application caching? Application caching. Okay, see here now. I'm giving you one thing. See here. Now, let's say you might be a fan of iPhone, for example. Which one is the latest? 15 Pro Max. Huh? How much is 15 Pro Max? 1.5. 1.6, 1.5, depend. Okay, now you are a developer. Assume this is very interesting. See, you are a developer. Instead of puppy, just assume you have iPhone image. iPhone. So, like you have in Flipkart or Amazon, you have iPhone, no? So what you did, by mistake, iPhone, you put it iPhone 15 Pro Max, bottom price, you have removed 10. That meaning, instead of 1.5, it is 15,000 now. 15,000, and you upload it. And this is visible for everyone now because it is cached. Your application is cached in all the edge locations. And now everyone saw that. Wow, iPhone 15 Pro, 15,000. Everyone will start booking or not? It is a mistake or not? Now you tell me, just in case this iPhone, you have put 15,000 and then immediately you deployed. Now immediately within 1 second, you realize, Are Babu, I missed one more zero. The application already cached in all edge locations or not? What do you need to do? You need to update it again. Once you update it, will it be immediately updated to the edge locations? No, because there is something called TTL. What is that, Nana? Time to live. What is that? Time to live. So, while setting up your CloudFront, you might say, my caching time is 12 hours. Example. I'm saying this is an example. My caching time is 12 hours. That meaning, whenever I upload my application, all my cache will be, how much time that my cache is there in edge location? For how much time? 12 hours. Now you tell me I updated iPhone as 15,000 and it has updated to all edge locations. If I update back to 1.5 lakhs, will it get updated to edge locations? When it will get updated? After 12 hours. After 12 hours. Because that is a TTL time. Caching time. Is it danger or not? So edge locations, while setting up your CloudFront, right? While setting CloudFront, you have something called this cache time. How long your data should be cached in the edge location. If you say 12 hours, your data will be cached for 12 hours. After 12 hours, what will happen? Again, it will update it. The application will get updated to the edge locations. But do you want to wait for 12 hours for this mistake? 15,000 mistake? No, you need to immediately go and delete it. No, for that, AWS has given one opportunity, which is called invalidate cache. What is it now? Invalidate cache. Invalidate cache meaning you can go and remove the cache and then give the latest update to the edge locations. What is, how do you delete the cache? Invalidate cache. How do you delete the cache? Invalid. So let's say that is the image only, no? That is the price only, no? You can say that, hey, CloudFront, please take the latest update from my application, 1.5 lakhs and update to edge location. If you go and invalidate the cache, so is it good to invalidate the whole application or is it good to invalidate only that image? Only that image only, no? Because it will take a lot of time to update. Or if you update only that image will get updated in all the edge locations and customer will immediately see 1.5 lakhs. By the time you say, wow, 15,000. And if you rub your eyes and see it, oh, sorry, my eyes are bad. It is 1.5 lakhs only. Correct? So here, what I want you to remember is it possible to delete the cache? Yes. Using what concept? Invalidate cache. So if someone asks how long your data will be cached in your edge location, based on TTL? Based on TTL. Very good. It will be cached based on TTL. So Nana, we need to configure all these things in Edge CloudFront or not? Yes, we need to configure edge locations using CloudFront. CloudFront has edge locations and edge locations are connected with what? Edge locations are connected with what? What network? CDN. Edge locations are connected with CDN. So this is the relation between, so now we have the main concept like what? CloudFront is there, edge location is there, CDN is there. What is the relation between all these things? I'll tell you. CloudFront is a service. Okay. Edge locations are managed by AWS. Edge location is for what purpose? Caching purpose. And all the data is transferred through CDN. So edge location, so CloudFront has edge locations and edge locations are connected with, that's what I wrote it here. Okay, now. Did I make it easy? People will go mad for this concept. They'll scratch the head. Did I make it easy? Super. Now, any questions? Minimum access. It's 24 hours. So minimum is 12 hours and maximum you have some 24 hours something. The way you explaining each topic is awesome. Thank you, Deepak. So does two regions also connected via CDN? Who cares? There are two regions, Mumbai, Ireland. How does, who is asking this? Mahesh is asking this. These two regions in the backend are connected to CDN? Who knows? Who cares? Yes or no? That is managed by whom? AWS. We don't need to worry how Ireland and Mumbai is get connecting, but they have their own network, CDNs. But this is from application point of view, right? Not on the database point of view, from the application, from the user perspective. Next, is it mandatory to set TTL? No need. You can put 0 value also, say only. We are replicating EC2 in edge locations. Is it okay to say it is okay to say we are replicating EC2 across the we are not replicating EC2. Did I say replicating EC2? No, we are replicating only the data, not the EC2. Okay. While creating distribution in CloudFront, should we give detail and where we can evaluate the cache? Yes, Pawan Kumar, correct. Next, next. Once creating the distribution, can we edit the settings in field based on the? Of course, yes, Soumya, we can. Next, yes, if we have Sai, if you have the budget, can we go for CloudFront instead of setting up EC2 instance in each country, both is fine. So now, even if you have the budget, can we go for cloud? Of course, it is good. Nana, if you have budget also, let's say you have 10,000 rupees with you, and your parents say that go and ash karo, enjoy. Will you fatak, spend all 10,000 in one shot? You have money, no? Will you spend? You'll spend wisely, no? Yes or no? Cost optimization, even though you have a budget, right? So make sure that you should have a cost optimization concept. So don't think that I have full money, I will architect it however I want. But now it is okay. But if you have a greater number of audience and greater number of customers, is it possible? Not possible. So you can go for that also, no problem. Sai, Arti. So definition of cloud, can you say again? I wrote it, no, in the bottom. This guy, Sambara. Sorry if I misspelled your name. Sam or okay, sorry. So yes, Nana, CloudFront, and okay, I'm writing that also. Thank you for that, Sudhanshu. CloudFront is global, of course. CloudFront should be global. It's not region specific. Can we set different details for different edge locations? Not possible. Vishaka. Edge locations through only one CloudFront, one distribution, you need to set it. What are the disadvantages of CloudFront? I don't think. Disadvantages mean, and by the way, this CloudFront cache only static data, na dynamic data also, na, or both? It can cache both static as well as dynamic. Let's say, for example, you have a website. So many, if you open Amazon.in, there are so many images are there, no? All small images. All the small, okay, now we are in Hyderabad. That Amazon.in application might be hosted in US. From Hyderabad, you will access Amazon.in, that e-commerce website. Will it go all the way to US? It will go and connect it to your nearest edge location. AWS might have set up this edge location. So because when you open Amazon.in, all the images will come very fast, no? Tap, falling. You don't see any latency also. Why? Because all those images are stored in the nearest edge location for you. For that reason, it will come very fast. And let's say, for example, you have some reports which is already generated. Connecting to that, all those generated reports can also be stored in the edge locations. Yes, you don't need to store. You need to configure CloudFront and your application in the backend. That's it, right? So remember, this is a certification question. CloudFront cache, both static and dynamic data. For each and everything, there will be a disadvantage. But if you feel that is a disadvantage for your requirement, don't use it. Simple as that, right? For based on the requirement, you need to select Nana CloudFront. Okay. So I don't see any disadvantage here, but disadvantage meaning for if you have any kind of very speed streamings, data streamings, and immediately data has to be appeared and all this. For this, CloudFront is good? No. CloudFront is good for mostly static and dynamic data. If we have, let's say, for example, very runtime dynamic related things, this is for caching purpose. Okay. Next, sir, the domain name for EC2 in edge location can be same? No, not possible. Dilshar. So, sir, what about time critical information? For example, that's what I'm saying, Drupal. That's the same thing I'm saying. Since it's time, that is the same thing I said. Drupal also said the same thing. What if you need to have critical information like stock market and all? So whatever is static is necessary, you put it in CloudFront. Which is not necessary, then go for it. CloudFront has a capacity to store static and dynamic data also. It will speed up accordingly. What you said data, it is database records as well. What you said, Sarath is asking, sir, what you said data, is it, where did I say data? Database records as well. Okay, JSON payload. Yes. Yes, Sharat. The data meaning you open the application, no? Let's say you open Amazon.in, that is your application. Whatever the data is visible for the customer. I go here, Amazon.in. Do you see how speed we got it? All these things here, you don't see what is there here. Huh? Sir, how many? Huh? So all these things are cached. 100% it will be cached. Let's say if I can find out something here. What is this, guys? Do you see this? All your scripts, m.media, amazon.com. What is this? This is edge locations. All the URLs are here, edge locations only. So whatever the URLs that you see in the backend, everything is through the CDN only. So whatever the data that you see, right? Okay, now do you think this price is an image? Price will not be an image. That will be stored in the database in the backend, because if they update somewhere in one place, everywhere it should get updated, right? It will not be. But image can be a static image. All these images will be saved, and all this kind dynamic data, you don't save it because it has to get from the database in the backend. So whichever is necessary for you, go with the CloudFront. Whichever is not necessary, don't use the CloudFront. Simple as that. Do we set up the DB in EC2 like application? Do we set up the DB in EC2 service like a? If you're asking, can we set up database in EC2? Yes, you can set up the database. Let's say, what are the database that RDS is providing? That 6 engines, no? Let's say, for example, you want to have Cassandra, or if you want to have something else databases, which is not provided by AWS in RDS, what you need to do? You need to launch an EC2 and install it manually, correct? If it is not provided by AWS as a service, what you need to do? You need to, let's say Tomcat is there. Tomcat is provided by AWS. Yeah. No, that's a software that you need to install. What you need to do? You need to launch an EC2 instance, log into it, install Tomcat. Understood? Super. Any other questions now? Clear till here, everyone? I'll stop it. Okay. Any questions? If not, take the screenshots. Is it correct to say use CloudFront for image caching? Yes, Dilshar, correct. Okay, let's go with the second one. Okay, ma? You can come later and take a long shot is not possible. Oh. Correct, Rupali. Okay, ma. Good. So, can you give the final CC for today, please? Exactly 10:30. CC with smile. Oh, great. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you tomorrow with the next topic. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day and see you tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye.